In a surprising development, Hsien Yang, the youngest son of Singapore's founding Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, has delivered an explosive critique of the Singaporean government. Now living in the United Kingdom, where he and his wife, Lee Suet Fern, have recently been granted political asylum, LHY is making waves with his bold claims of repression, legal weaponization, and an erosion of civil liberties in Singapore. But what exactly led him to seek refuge in the UK, and how has his relationship with his brother, former Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, played into this? Let's dig into the details. Hsien Yang alleges that he left Singapore due to what he calls a targeted campaign by the authorities to silence him. He claims this repression has escalated since his father's passing in 2015, marking a turning point in Singapore's political landscape. In an exclusive interview with the Associated Press, LHY describes Singapore as a nation with a thin veneer of freedom that hides what he sees as a repressive regime beneath. Do you think Singapore's laws are truly being weaponized against dissent, as LHY suggests? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Since his departure, LHY has become a vocal critic of Singapore's People's Action Party, accusing it of using legal measures and surveillance against political opponents, himself included. His criticism extends to recent laws he claims have sharply curtailed citizens' rights. Citing United Nations data, he points out that 322 Singaporeans sought asylum by June 2024, a steep rise from just 88 in 2019. Could this be evidence of a clampdown on free speech, or are there other factors at play? Singaporean authorities, however, have strongly rebutted his accusations. In response, they issued a statement describing his allegations as a personal vendetta that has turned into a smear campaign against his own family and country. They claim LHY's assertions are baseless, pointing out that both he and his wife retain Singaporean citizenship and have the option to return freely. The government states that they have not been forcibly exiled, as he claims. So, what do you make of this? Could LHY's criticisms be driven by personal grievances, or is there something deeper going on? The family feud at the heart of this issue reportedly began with disagreements over the fate of the family home at 38 Oxley Road, a historic property tied to Lee Kuan Yew's legacy. LHY maintains that his father's last wishes were to demolish the house, but this has been contested by government officials. This dispute has since spiraled into publicized legal battles, with accusations of defamation, surveillance, and even financial penalties. Singapore's international reputation has largely been one of stability and economic success. But LHY claims that standards are slipping. He cited a series of high-profile financial scandals, including Singapore's links to Malaysia's 1MDB case and Brazil's Operation Car Wash, which he argues highlight a shift in Singapore's anti-corruption stance. Is this a sign of changing standards in Singapore, or just a result of broader global financial corruption? The Singaporean government remains resolute, emphasizing its strong anti-corruption record and high rankings on transparency indexes. They have pointed to recent actions, like the indictment of former Cabinet Minister S. Iswaran on corruption charges, as proof of their commitment to fighting corruption. But some observers wonder, are these actions enough to counter LHY's claims of declining transparency and freedom? The feud has grown beyond family disputes into a national and international debate. Human rights organizations, like Human Rights Watch, have voiced concerns about Singapore's laws, particularly the Protection from Online Falsehoods and Manipulation Act, or POFMA. Critics argue that POFMA serves as a tool for censorship, though Singaporean authorities defend it as necessary for combating misinformation. What's your take on POFMA's role? Is it a crucial shield against fake news, or does it threaten free speech? It's worth noting that LHY himself hasn't ruled out the possibility of playing a bigger role within the opposition. However, he has expressed fears of further reprisals each time he speaks out. He remains hopeful for change, stating, "I think the day will come when things will change. One day, I'll be able to return to my home." The stakes are high, and questions surrounding Singapore's approach to governance and freedom are becoming harder to ignore. As LHY's situation continues to unfold, will his criticisms bring about meaningful dialogue and reform, or will they only deepen the divide within the Lee family and Singapore's ruling elite? Drop your comments below with your views. Also, Remember to like, share, and subscribe to 2230 to stay updated with this evolving story.